Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks podcast. I am Mike, that is Sam, and today we have another debate-style video going to be revolving around Cam Newton. There's been a lot of discussion lately on if the Seahawks should bring in Cam Newton, the former league MVP, for a tryout and potentially make him the quarterback for the immediate future, before Russell Wilson returns. So today we're going to be kind of debating if the Seahawks should bring him in. But before we get into that, we want to just remind you guys, if you guys have been enjoying the videos, please make sure to subscribe. Comment down below what your thoughts on the Cam Newton situation is. Should we bring him in? Should we not bring him in? Let us know down below. And we're just going to jump right into it. So it has been decided by circumstances that I will be debating on the side of for Cam Newton. So I'm pro Cam Newton. He's going to be anti Cam Newton. So you want to start off with your original testimony on why Cam Newton should not become a Seattle Seahawk?
Okay, so I guess I'll kind of use this as my opening statement, and by my opening statement I mean my only statement, and I'm gonna just make my point for why I think Cam Newton should not be signed by the Seahawks. And after you make your argument, after I make my argument, you can use your rebuttal and then give your reasons, and then I can argue against your reasons after.
Okay.
So I would argue that he's frankly just not that good anymore. His arm is totally shot. He lacks really solid accuracy. He lacks good zip on the ball. And after several shoulder surgeries, he just has trouble getting footballs to go where he wants them to go. And while he does have good legs are not enough to be a starting quarterback. You also need to throw the ball. There's a reason why, Michael Vick still had a great arm, even though he was really fast. If Michael Vick couldn't throw, he'd be a wide receiver or something like that. And if Lamar Jackson couldn't throw, he'd be a running back. So, if you're not gonna have, somebody be there and just who can throw the ball right, why even sign him? And I would also argue that I think he does have this, this might have changed since then, but with his time in Carolina, he did have this kind of diva aspect about him. And I'm not going to say that it was necessarily him thinking me over everybody, but I will say that it's more, that it's me. It's more, I think that I'm the most important player, but I'll still stick up for my teammates. I mean, this is a guy who has literally fist fought his teammate in practice. Not a good thing on his resume. And also, he was recently very reluctant to get vaccinated, and probably only got vaccinated because it could get him back in the NFL. And there was even some rumors about him maybe not getting vaccinated, and that was maybe one of the reasons why he was released by the Patriots. So, the fact is that I just don't think he's that great anymore. And I think that his arm is shot, and I don't know how bringing him in will actively affect our team in any way in a positive way. Geno Smith and Jake Luton probably have much more upside as a starting quarterback for this team, let alone bringing Cam Newton, having him learn a whole system, and then giving him a chance to start when, frankly, he has shown no reason why he should earn a job on this team with his last chance with the Patriots. And that's really all I'm going to say. I'm going to pass it over to you, Mike.
All right, here's why I think part of that is here's my rebuttal to that. First of all, you said that Cam Newton is not a quality, starting quarterback. Let's be real, neither is Geno Smith. But what Cam Newton does have something that Geno Smith doesn't have, and that's the fact that he is a dangerous runner. He was a dangerous runner for the Patriots last year. His passing wasn't great, I'll give you that, but he was still a dangerous threat on the running game, right? We know Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll wants to run the damn ball. I think in the style of offense that Pete Carroll wants to run with Russell Wilson out, it's just going to be a power running game. And we'll have a lot more success with that with Cam Newton, who is able to run, pick up first downs, run people over. We can give him the ball at the goal line. Cam Newton is undeniably a better running quarterback. I don't think there's any debate about that. And I think that's gonna help fit the style of offense that Pete Carroll's gonna want to run with Russell Wilson out, which is gonna be, we saw against the Steelers, just run the ball down their throat, right? That's number one. You mentioned his vaccination status. He is vaccinated, which is good. That was a concern, but he has been vaccinated. So whether he was reluctant or not is irrelevant at this point. He is vaccinated, and that's the end of it. Speaking on, kind of his diva status, I think over the past couple of years in New England, his problem was not his diva status. I think he was much more calm. He was much more of a leader in New England. I really think that he's matured a lot, calmed down a bit. So I don't think that would be an issue to bring him into Seattle. And I don't think his throwing is great, obviously, but if we're not throwing the ball deep with Geno Smith, why are we going to be throwing the ball deep with Cam Newton anyways? So that's kind of my rebuttal. Some additional points I would make is that for defenses, it's very hard to game plan against Cam Newton because he's got that threat. Geno doesn't really have a threat on the ground. Cam Newton's a threat to pull and run any time in the game. So defenses have to game plan for that. And if they're bringing more guys in the box to stop Cam Newton, to stop Alex Collins, Rashad Penny, Chris Carson, whoever the hell is at running back, then that leaves more room for DK, Tyler, maybe Diaz, if he comes back, Gerald Everett to get open, make space, right? That's my first reason. My second reason is because I feel like the Shane Waldron creativity aspect could be showcased a lot more with Cam Newton at quarterback, right? We could see him run the ball, run some cool schemes. Maybe we could do more, jet sweep, read option type stuff. I think Shane Waldron could do a good job of doing that. Of course, if Pete Carroll doesn't have his just hand around his neck like he has had recently. And my last point, honestly, just speaking truthfully here, I don't think Geno Smith is an impact player. I don't think his ceiling is not very high. I think the ceiling for Cam Newton is much higher. Granted, the floor could be much lower, but I think right now we're in a situation where we're 2-4. We're desperate, right? We have to take some shot. We're gonna have to take some shots in the dark, and if Cam Newton can help us get to our ceiling more as a team, I think that we have to give him a shot. So that's my argument for Cam Newton. That's what I would say.
Okay, and my kind of rebuttal here, just before we end this off, is that I want to say that, so you're not more so arguing for bringing Cam Newton as a starter, or are you?
I am. I'm saying to change the offense. I'm saying bring him in as a starter and change the offense.
Okay. So a couple things to that. I feel like it would be kind of dumb to change the offense and add stuff when it would likely be. I know you don't mean obviously change the entire offense and change that. I think it would be a little bit pointless to change how we call plays and how we run our offense, but realistically, at most, it would probably be like a 3-game rental with Cam Newton at the starter.
True.
So that's point A. And point B, I would argue that do you think that if we ran a triple option with Cam Newton, I think Pete would probably die.
I think and then long term, I think that's good because that promotes Shane Waldron to head coach faster. So you're just adding to my point of why we should bring in Cam Newton.
Okay, a little bit dark.
That's sorry,
but,
a little dark there.
I'm just gonna argue that I just don't think that it makes that much sense for us at the point we're at right now. Maybe in a desperation stance. Let's say Geno throws 3 picks this week. Okay, then we can get him on the phone and bring him in.
Yeah.
But right now, after Geno Smith didn't necessarily play a bad game, and he actually, I would say, for a first game in 4 years or whatever, it was actually a good game for a guy who hasn't started a game in 4 years. Mm-hmm. So I would say that it just seems unnecessary to me, and that's kind of my wrap-up argument. Let us know in the comments who you think won and what side are you on. Are you on team keep Geno / Jake Luton, or are you on team
Superman?
So let us know in the comments below. Give us your thoughts on Cam Newton in general and this whole situation, what you think about it, whether you think it's real, whether you think it's anything meaningful. Let us know, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Peace.